Thanks for joining me today. I'm going to be showing you how to make a banjo. So supplies that you're going to need for that are going to be a stapler. If you don't have a stapler, glue will work. It'll just take you a little longer to do, which is no big deal. Scissors, a pen or a pencil to trace, 3 to 4 rubber bands. Mine are colored, you can use whichever you'd like. And then 2 paper plates. Now this is really important. You want the ones that are firmer and kind of have this edge here because that's what's going to give you the shape of your banjo. But 2 plates, and then whatever embellishments you want to put on to your banjo, whether it be construction paper, markers, random stickers, or whatever you have on hand. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Oh, I'm sorry, also a paint stir. You can get this at any home improvement store, and I've already decorated mine like a handle for a banjo, but just a standard size paint stir will do the job. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and get started. So first we're gonna take one of our paper plates and we're gonna cut a hole in the back of it. My paper plates, I don't know if you can see this, kind of have a edge right in here that I'm going to follow along. You can kind of see it right in there. But if not, you can always take a container of some sort and trace around it, and then just make your hole the size that you're looking for. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Make a little hole in there to make it easier to cut. So I'm going to cut out around that. I'm going to make that hole just a little bit bigger though. Yeah, about that size. Okay, so once you've done that, we're gonna stack them on top of each other, the bottoms facing away, so we kind of have like a hole in there. And we're gonna take our paint stir and just stick it in one side just to kind of get the spacing for our staples, because we're gonna attach these 2 plates together. So what I'm gonna do is take my stapler and staple rather close, there we go, to either side of my paint stir, and then I'm going to continue to attach all the way around. It doesn't have to be as close, but I want them kind of close to this so it snugs it when we put it back in and it keeps it from sliding out. So I'm going to do the other side. There we go. So I'm going to take my stir out, and then I'm going to continue to staple all the way around. And like I said earlier, if you don't have a stapler, this is where you would use your glue. It's going to take you a little longer to do, but that's not a problem. What you would do is just put glue on your rim of your paper plates, and then set them on top of each other. Maybe put something that's a little heavy on top just to apply a little pressure, and let that sit. And then once it dries, you can continue to decorate. Alright, so stapler is done. So before we continue on, I'm going to go ahead and mark where my paint stir is going to be inserted later on. So let me grab my pen here, and I'm just going to mark it on the back. And it kind of just helps me to remember where I'm going to put that at. So we've marked the back where we're going to put the paint stir, and then we've got staples all the way around it. So now we can go ahead and decorate. And really it's up to you what you want to use. On my other one that I'm going to show you here in a bit, I use construction paper, but let's see, you can really do anything that you want. Just make it yours, make it fun. Like I said, there's no wrong or right way to do it as long as you're having fun with it. That's the most important part. And I'm just adding some markers, and I think I'm gonna add some stickers to mine. I love those bright colors. Blues and greens and purples are my favorite. I'm just gonna continue decorating this here for a bit. See, I'm just adding some color and some embellishments to it. Like I said, I'm going to do some stickers and add some more color to this. So get super creative with it. Like I said, have fun. You could even, if you have a favorite guitar, favorite color, you could even mimic that on this, which would be kind of cool. Light blue. And you can even do the back of your banjo. That way it's completely covered. This would be a really good place to do some sort of drawing if you wanted to. Ooh, it would also be really cool to do something down in here. I think I might do that. So let's add some stickers down in here. There we go. And I'm going to add a few more here, but you can kind of see it gives it a little bit more depth down in there, which is fun. It's a little off center, but that's okay. Okay, just a few more finishing touches. Let's add a ladybug. Why not? Alright, so now that we've got that all done, put these to the side. So I've kind of got some flowers and some ladybugs there in the middle. Just have fun with it. So now we're going to reinsert our stick. And see, this is why you mark the back so you know where it goes. And you want to insert it just to where you can't see it face on. So right about there, so you can't see it. If you go like this, you can definitely see it, but that's about where you want it. You don't want to be able to, you don't want it sticking down this far because you don't want to see it. So we're going to pull that back up. And then we're going to add our rubber bands. So this part gets a little tricky. Let's see if I can stretch this out a little bit. So you're gonna start with 2 on the inside and then 2 on the outside. I suggest using 4 for this because it just, for one, I think it looks a little bit more uniform and it's easier to hold your this part into the banjo. So I'm gonna put 2 right next to it on either side. So let me do that. And depending on how stretchy your rubber bands are, they may start to fold the bottom of your banjo, which is totally fine. I like to push mine towards the back. I think it looks a little bit better that way. And as you go, I like to cut little slits where the rubber bands sit. So you can see here it's kind of starting to pull it a little bit at the bottom. So I'm gonna cut just a little slit in the bottom of the paper plate and at the top to keep the rubber band in place so it doesn't slide around. And you're gonna do that with every single one. So just a little snip, nothing too big, and then put that rubber band back in place. Same thing with the top. And you can kind of see it starting to bend the outside of the plate, but that's totally fine. It's normal. So now we're going to add one to the other side. And once your rubber bands start to stretch out a little bit and loosen up, they won't be so as tight, and they won't pull the edges of the paper plate down as much. But it'll take a little bit just to work with them. And at the top. See, I'm cutting just the smallest little slit up there, so my rubber band will sit in there. Okay. And you kind of want to keep them straight, so when you play them, it's a little easier. So there's where we're at right now. So these 2 rubber bands here are helping to hold this in so it doesn't fall out. That's why it's important to keep them on either side. So you're going to continue to add your other 2 rubber bands on either side of these, and you can space them out however much you want. But I've got one that's already done, and I've got my strings on it, so I'm actually going to use this handle from this one and stick this back in here. Like so. I can go up through. Ooh. My rubber bands are super tight on this one. Go. I don't suggest using the same one, but I only have one of these handles on hand, which is why I'm reusing it for this. There we go. And then ta-da! You've got your own banjo. Perfect. And then don't forget to decorate your handle here as well. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comment section. Please share your creations with us. We always love to see what you guys make at home. And let us know, how we're doing and what you'd like to see. But I hope you guys had fun, and until next time, bye guys.